Before we use our clipper over comb method, we're going to debulk with our foreguard all the way open. Here I'm using my clipper over comb method to debulk and also smoothing out the edges. Now that we're done smoothing everything out with our clipper over comb method, we can move on to our go to effects and create our first guideline. We're then going to use our foil shavers to bottom out and remove the stubble. Before we blend the taper, we're going to go ahead and line up the side of the ear, starting off at the bottom and working our way to the top arch using our Go FX. Make sure to go slow enough that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then the hair is going to shift and then you won't line them up properly. Now that we're done lining everything up, we can move back to the taper and use our no guard all the way open to create our second guideline. Now that we're done using our no guard all the way open, we're going to switch over to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. When you're in the taper area, since it's a small area, you want to make sure you use the corners of the blade. Now that we're done using our one guard all the way open, we can move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. Make sure to use your corners. Using our 3 guard all the way open to debulk is going to help us blend into the top. Now I'm using my 4 guard all the way open and I'm flicking out as much as possible. I'm going back to my 1.5 guard to use the corners to soften up the middle line. I'm also going to use my 1 guard all the way open and my half guard to detail. Here I'm using my thinning shears with my comb, and I'm making sure I thin out the thick parts of the hair. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support, go ahead and leave a super thanks down below or follow the Instagram. Now we're gonna head back to our 1.5 guard and detail the side. Now that our taper is blurry as hell, we can move on to our shear work on top and create our first guideline through the top of the capitis and work our way to the sides. Always make sure that the hair is nice and saturated so you can get its true length. Now that we're done with the shear work, we can move on to our Turkish razor or Derby premium blades and make them as crispy as possible. Now that we're done with the sides, we can move on to the back of the head and start off with our no guard all the way open, creating our second guideline. We're then going to slightly close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline. Make sure to detail as much as possible because we are near the occipital bone. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. Remember, we're going to use this same guard and its lever to soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. Now that we're done softening up the line with the one guard, we can move on to the half guard and erase the line completely. Now that we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to our two guard all the way open and create our fourth guideline. We're then going to use this same guard and its lever to soften up this line and get ready for the 1.5 guard. Again, sometimes there's still a faint line after using your 1.5 guard, so switching over to your one guard all the way open and using its corners would definitely help. Moving on to my 3 guard all the way open, I'm going to make the fade as smooth as possible near the parietal ridge, and I'm going to flick out as much as possible using my guards. Now that we're done with the fade, we can move on to the front line and start off in the middle, working our way to the sides. You also want to make sure you go slow enough that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then the hair is going to shift and then you won't line them up properly. When lining up the C-cups, I always start off at the bottom and work my way to the top arch using the corners of the blade. Moving on to the other side, we're going to try to keep the vertical bars and corners as natural as possible. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe is greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, go ahead and leave a super thanks down below or follow the Instagram. Now that we're done lining them up, we can move on to our Turkish Razor Derby Premium blades and make them as crispy as possible. But before we do that, we're gonna apply some shave gel so that the razor can glide better. Now that we're done applying shave gel, we could go ahead and use our razor at a 45-degree angle and stretch the skin as much as possible with the opposite hand. This lowers the likelihood of you cutting someone.